Ready?
All right. Okay. A motion to open up a public hearing on prohibition of overnight parking.
You didn't open your meeting.
No, this is a hearing, public hearing.
Oh, I forgot that one.
Definition. This is wrong. It's a definition of overnight parking in a commercial
Definition
vehicle.
of overnight parking.
In a
Right.
commercial vehicle.
I'd like to make that motion as stated.
Second.
I'll second it.
Okay, all council present. Ward 1,
Aye.
Ward 2,
Aye.
Ward 3,
Absent.
Ward 4.
Aye.
Okay, and Mayor votes aye. Okay, so this is a public hearing, open for us to listen to public comment in relationship to a change. This is to ordinance 0-2-2014 about changes to the ordinance prohibition of overnight parking, particularly for commercial vehicles. I will read the changes to section 10-106, remove some language, and most particularly, section B includes the language that says definition of commercial motor vehicle. Commercial motor vehicle means any self-propelled or towed motor vehicle used on a highway in the interstate commerce to transport passengers or property or other provide services when the vehicle has a gross vehicle weight rating or gross combination weight rating or gross vehicle weight or gross combination weight of 4,536 pounds or more, which is greater, is designed or used for transporting passengers, including the driver, or more, regardless of weight, for compensation. Is designed or used to transport more than 8 passengers, including the driver and/or vehicle used to transport passengers with or without compensation, or is used in transportation material found by the Chief of Police to be hazardous under 49 U.S.C. 5103 and transported in a quality required place guarding under regulations prescribed by the Secretary of Transportation of the United States under 49 CFR, Subtitle B, Chapter 1. Provided, however, commercial vehicles as defined here and parked for the purpose of the restoration of essential services such as electricity, medical care, sewer, water, telecommunication, and telecommunications transportation, or the provisions essential to supply such things as food and fuel, as when recognized by the Chief of Police, will not be included in the definition of a commercial vehicle. There's also a change which really took place some time ago, but we're making sure that it's clarified, is that the fine is $250 for this, or 10 days in jail, or both. And the reasoning, this was introduced in the October town meeting, and the reason being to create clarification around the definition of a commercial vehicle, so that we all, police, town residents, and everyone understands who is it that these overnight rules apply to. And so I will ask Mr. Barr if he has any comments before opening it up to the public for comment.
The only comments I would have, Mayor, is that this ordinance was generated because of public concern voiced to the members of the mayor and town council regarding what a commercial vehicle is. So the town council and the mayor felt the need to define it. This is the definition that is used by the United States of America with regard to its properties. And it is also the definition used by the county for its purposes. So it's a standard thing. I think, you know, everybody says, well, I know a commercial vehicle when I see it. Well, yes, but it's a bit in the eyes of the beholder, and now it will no longer be that way. It will simply be in black and white in the town code, should the mayor and council determine to adopt it.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so we're now open for public comment. Does anybody have any comments on relationship to this ordinance?
Julianne Bethea, I reside at 4206 Monroe Street. I guess my concern and question is, I have some friends that are staying with me because they're having a house built. And one person drives a pickup truck because he's an architect, and he supervises various construction sites, and he's doing a project. And I'm wondering, is this ordinance directed at commercial vehicles as far as a pickup truck for personal use? Because it's a car that they use for personal use, but it's a pickup truck, which would fall into, quote, your description. I don't know if it's over 4,000 pounds. I'm not certain.
Mayor Bethay,
Well, former mayor, okay. Previous mayor,
I'm
past mayor.
sorry, I gotta have that title.
Okay, you got it, you got it.
To the best of my knowledge, a pickup truck does not weigh 10,000 pounds.
Good.
And that separates your visitor, your house guest, from the requirements of this bill.
Okay. At this time, I'd like to bring up something that I've been thinking about when this first came out many, many years ago. We have people who come to town and they stay for short periods, long periods, sometimes indefinite periods. And because parking is premium in Colmar Manor, some thought may be given to providing some kind of sticker for a person who's parked just for a weekend, for a week, or 1 month, or 3 months, 6 months, a small charge as a facility or processing fee that would put a label on it saying that Colmar Manor guest parking and an expiration date. I know sometime in the past when I was on the council, not mayor at the time, we had issues with people coming and parking. Particularly, there was one family who had a military son who was stationed here a short time, and his vehicle was parked for a period of time, moved sometime, but not all the time. So that was something that I wanted to bring up in relationship to that parking. Okay?
Yeah, thank you. That's a great comment. Thank you.
Hi, Walicia Lee, 3407 43rd Avenue. Question as it pertains to the clarifying of the commercial vehicles. Why now, at a time now, we are now clarifying the commercial vehicles after I've been here about 14 years. Why now it appears that we are making clarification because clarification, to me, it's a change of clarification, because I was always told that a commercial vehicle was a vehicle that had writing on it. When Chief Gibson came out, I was told that. So not until that question arose again in October when I was home, then the definition of a commercial vehicle changed. Neither here nor there. I'm just kind of curious as it pertains to why now are we clarifying the commercial vehicles?
Well, I'm a new mayor, and what I've tried to do since I came in is to listen to what I'm hearing from people and what people are saying, or what people may be concerned about, or wanting to know more about, or wanting resolved. And so this is one of the areas that has been a part of the radar. What I've heard since I came in office is people's concern around commercial vehicles on both sides of the matter. Small entrepreneurs who have F-150s or F-250 trucks that they use, and they leave home and they go to their jobs, and whether or not they are included or excluded from this. I asked the chief, after looking at the ordinance, to tell me, because I had heard what you heard was, oh, if there's a name on it, then that means it's a commercial vehicle. Mm-hmm. But when I read the ordinance, nothing is in the ordinance that says that. So I asked the chief, can you go out and find an official definition of what a commercial vehicle is so that we can create some clarity around this, because it is something that, you know, people are talking about on both sides. And so that's how it came to be now. So, I mean, to answer your question, that is how it
Okay,
came to
so
be.
basically, based on observation, that will give the, if we have a parking issue that we're trying to ratify, then that pretty much gives, from my observation, and I stand to be corrected, that gives everybody in town the ability to park vehicles on the street. Now, I do see, I mean, as a reference to now, a commercial vehicle, because I don't see any of them weighing over, is it 4,000? You said 4,000 or 10,000?
10,000.
10,000 pounds. I don't really see much of those vehicles, a 10,000 pound vehicle really being an issue, because I've never have seen that. So how now is that going to help with the parking situation for?
In my opinion, this particular ordinance is not specifically to help the parking situation. This was to clarify this particular question on the table. I still feel that, as you all know, we have a lot of work to do to figure out our parking difficulties in town. And those just don't, they're not just onesie twosies. You know, I still intend to, and I've talked to some people in the county to have them engaged and come in and try to do like a study for us somewhere in the next few months and help us, like a parking engineer, to help us look at, can we just kind of do some things better than the way we're doing them now to create the parking we're needing? Because we have multiple issues, you know, there's lots of people's children are moving back home. And then they move back home and they have cars. And so there's the whole economics to the whole thing. But to answer your question, this particular one is to create some clarity around this particular area, but it's not necessarily the piece that's going to make the biggest change in our parking.
Okay.
restraints.
Lastly, have we, now we do have an ordinance to say a vehicle should not be parked more than 72 hours in the same spot. So, is that correct?
24, I believe.
No,
48 hours.
48?
Oh, 48, okay, so I've given it, but, okay, so we have vehicles, and I've been saying this a long time, we have vehicles that are being parked in the same, you know, the same spot for over 48 hours, and I said 72, but we have vehicles, and nothing is transpiring, so, I mean, and I've heard from the chief as it pertains to use discretion. Well, you know, if you use discretion, then...
Well, I mean, I would say in this particular case, I mean, I do think that this is an area that the chief is looking into because of, we don't want somebody who owns a car who goes away to Europe for 3 months and just leaves their car on the street. So certainly that's not something, but if you went on vacation for a week, on a cruise or something.
I understand that. I understand that. So
it's
I
still
mean,
one. It's like
that
you have
would
to
be
figure
no,
out
but
how
I'm
to-
talking about people who come, who leave cars, and I'm talking about. I have seen one car, literally, no exaggeration. I've seen one car for approximately 3 months in the same spot because they have other vehicles, and these are tenants to an owner. I mean, to an owner of a house. So I mean, and
I was only really responding to your
Right.
words around the discretionary because I do agree with you. And, you know, I've had a couple on my block, they leave the car in front of their house or their parents' house, but they're living somewhere else.
exactly.
And so I know exactly
Yeah.
what you're talking about, and that is an area that the police department is keeping an eye out for. They're just trying to, when using the word discretion, to know more carefully, is this somebody who's just on vacation for a week? And a part of that's just going to be people opening up. I think it's a good idea, if you're going to be on vacation for a week or your house is going to be empty, that you contact the police, let them know, I'm going to be wet, because now they can actually keep an eye on your house and they know that if your car is there, it's not intended to be just
Right.
sitting there, so.
Well, I think it goes back to the previous residents. If this is the case, it will be no different than my son bringing his car, and he doesn't reside there, and he leaves his car, and I put it on the street. Well, then he should be paying a price. He should be paying some type of fee
Yes.
to leave his car, because it's taken away from a resident who does pay taxes
Absolutely.
to park their car on the street.
Absolutely.
Versus you renting out a house, renting out to renters, which is not, we don't have an ordinance for. So, I mean, and it's like, so it's just taking up, it's not fair to the people who pay taxes that they can't get a park on the
Right.
street.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Agreed. Thank you very
you.
much. Is there any additional comments on this? Okay, with no additional comments, we can adjourn the hearing. Is there a motion?
Declare the public hearing to be held. You have to declare the public hearing.
Oh, okay. Well, I formally declare that this public hearing has been held based on ordinance 02-20114. And is there a motion to adjourn?
Sure, I'll make it motion as stated.
Okay, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay. We are now exiting the public hearing. Thank you. Okay. So we want to call to order the meeting, the town meeting for December 9, 2014. It is now, wait. It is now 7:27. Is there a motion to call this meeting to order?
Sure, as stated.
A second?
A second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right. Okay. Okay, well, it's not on here, but I do want to do a pledge of allegiance in a moment of silence. Okay. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And if we can take a moment of silence for all the things happening in the world and the planet today, and all the people who are fighting for us and our loved ones and family and friends. Thank you. Okay, so the first thing on the agenda is approval of the minutes for October 7th, work session, October the 14th, public hearing, October the 14th town meeting, October 27th work session, November 5th work session, and November 12th town meeting.
Mayor, I motion that we table this because I have not been
Reviewed
able
them?
to read all of this.
All of them.
Okay. But I do want to just say they did get out earlier than for us to, but I don't have a problem with tabling them. And you guys are saying all of them?
Yes,
because,
please.
Okay, all right. Next thing, mayor's report.
You need to vote on that. You need a second and a vote.
Oh, to table it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So I need a motion to table. So that was a motion, Councilmember Epps.
I second that motion as stated.
Okay, Councilmember Blue. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And the mayor votes aye. Okay, next is the mayor's report. I will say probably the two biggest things that I really want to talk about. I did go to the National League of Cities, which was the first time ever, and I think that it was very, very useful. It was a very large convention, over 5,000, about 4,000 or 5,000 people there. And they have sessions which were very interestingly directly in line with my interest around community engagement. It is apparently a very, very big thing that cities around the country are looking to try to get people more engaged and more involved. The other thing was interesting was that there were several courses around assisting entrepreneurs in the community, because that apparently is also a very prominent thing that cities around the country are actually seeing as more prevalent. So I found the conference very, very useful. I'm still in the process of reviewing some of my notes and figuring out how we, as the community, can engage that. The mayor and council are having a retreat this Saturday to talk about what we want to do for the year 2015 and really moving our community forward and how we're engaging the community more. And so this information is going to be very, very useful from that, and I'll be able to share it with them at that time. I also, the other big thing is around the Port Towns Community Health Partnership. They have just re-upped for another set round of funding that will go into nonprofits in the community to help us in the area of HEAL, which is healthy eating and active living. And we are submitting a mini grant between the towns of Colmar Manor and Cottage City together to give some more sustainability to our community garden, to potentially put a new community garden in Ward 4, and also to expand our cooking classes and purchase CSAs, which are community-supported agriculture, where we can get fresh food from local farms to our residents on a regular basis. And so this funding will help us in building the skills, and building skills around gardening as well. So we'll have some gardening classes, cooking classes, and also trips to the farm using the bus, as well as trips to the farmer's market for our residents to give them more access when they may not have that access. So I've been involved in that this month as well. And so those are the two maybe primary things that I'm very excited about that's taking place this month. So I look forward to it. Council?
I want to say happy birthday to Paul Burrows, Jeremy Cade, Mrs. McMichael, and Waylon Hawkins, and Larry Nutt, and any of the other December birthday people. Get well to the sick and shut in, and don't forget to check on your neighbors. I also want to say that we're collecting coats here. Hydesville, we're going to come and pick them up. Coats, any usable coats for children or adults that you're not using, you can leave them here at the town hall, and I can call and have them picked up, taken to Hydesville for the homeless people. The coffee club is December the 17th. That's on a Wednesday here at the town hall at 7 o'clock. I'm doing my neighborhood watch along with the coffee club meeting. I want to say Merry Christmas, be safe, and thank you.
Thank you.
Open gym from 3:30 to 7:45, all ages. We have a holiday party Saturday, December the 13th, from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. for ages 14 and under. We're going to have music, gift shops, prizes, raffles, and photos with Santa. Zumba, Monday and Wednesday from 7:15 to 8:15. Then on January 2015, the center will start charging daily fees for the use of the gymnasium and computer room. Colmar Manor residents can use the facility with no charge, as long as they have their ID. And all Port Town residents, College City, Bladensburg, will be charged $2 and $1 with rec ID. All others will be charged $3 with recreation ID and $2 per visit. Co-ed volleyball Tuesdays from 6 p.m. to 7:45, and hand dancing on Thursday at 7 p.m. That's it.
Thank you.
Good evening to everyone. Prince George's County has a new home buyers. The significant rate reduction up to $20,000 in the down payment assistance through the new Maryland Mortgage Program. We have a new member in our ward. We have a resident in our ward has just got the solar panel on their house. I congratulate him for that. Just in case you missed us at the meeting, we are on YouTube now, so you can watch us on YouTube just in case you miss us. I want to schedule our next Black History meeting to be held on, I want to say maybe next Wednesday, next Tuesday, if anyone's available, at 7 o'clock. We're having a Christmas party for the less fortunate on Christmas Day at the town hall. So anyone that knows someone that wants to come out for warm food, just to be warm, just to gather around, because a lot of people are always to themselves with their family, and then you have people out that don't have family, that, so we opening up the town hall. My daughter is hosting a Christmas dinner for the less fortunate. Andrea Harrison is having a Christmas party on December 17th from 6:30 to 9 at the International Union of Painters Track Hall in Lanham, Maryland, 4700 Boston Way. I'd like to congratulate my sister Diana Fennell. She's now the County Affairs Subcommittee for the Vice Chair for the Prince George's County. In I'm reporting on Ward 3 to you, I'm sorry. Ward 3, Jason Christmas Lights is located on 3400 block, 41st Avenue in Colmar Manor. He has a large display, over 3,000 lights. He also collects towels, blankets, food, dry and hard food, and treats, pet carriers, cat litter, and pans for the Pharaoh's cats. And he said this also is deductible donation on the website. It's called www.carwrise.com, Feral Cat Spray Noodle Project Fundraiser, Be Bear Jason 1. So if you you'll probably have to lead us at the town hall just in case you might want to come up and donate. Thank you. Oh, and I want to say happy birthday to my husband this month. Congratulations. Happy birthday, Greg.
Thank you. Also, since Councilmember Jackson is not able to attend, she had a previously personal family matter. Is there anyone who would like to make a motion for her absence? Excuse her absence.
Mm-hmm. I'll make it motion stated.
A second.
Okay. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed?
Who was the
Okay.
seconder?
Councilmember Epps.
Did we vote?
All in favor? Thank you. Okay, so report on the work session. Well, we just had a work session, and I'll just give you guys a update on what we talked about at the work session. We talked about the chief will be contacting the county to find out if there's some programs available to us to have some CPR training held here, and also some emergency preparedness that our residents would be able to attend and group, and so that we can help move that forward. We also talked about the holiday closing hours, and we voted to give the staff the day after Christmas off as a holiday, and allow for liberal leave on the day after New Year's on January 2nd. We have received some information about the Artistic Empowerment Center Power Pack, which is a youth performance program which came up to the who had some courses out of here this summer, and so they put some material together for us to look at for the coming summer. We took no action on it. We will be reviewing the document and talking further about it at the January work session. The chief brought up information on moving the exercise equipment. We looked at some bids on moving the exercise equipment up to this facility, the ones that can be moved, and they have worked on finding locations for the building. We tabled that action until we have a little bit more information on our next steps. The chief also presented some bids on the shelving for the property room, which we already had anticipated, And we took a vote on approving the funding in order to build the property, the shelves for the property room, and so the police will start moving the police property to that location. And we also took the action of creating a position within the police department as a administrative aide that will allow the police to spend more time out doing policing rather than some of the administrative work that's happening now inside of the police department. So those were the actions at the work session. And now we'll go to the treasurer's report. Our treasurer, Dan Baden, is absent for the day, and so Mr. Barr will give us a update on that.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Members of the council, in your packets for tonight's meeting, there is the November 30th, 2014 report of Mr. Baden on revenues and expenditures for the town year-to-date and for the month of November. In November, there were $41,621.18 in revenues, making a total revenue for the town for year-to-date of $704,145.73 on a budget of $2,287,493. On the next, that's on the first page of the report, revenues. Thereafter, it's expenditures, general government for the town during the month of November was $69,463.15, or a year-to-date of $302,754.83. On the third page, you have the building operational costs for the 43rd Street building and for this building. Total expenditures for the month of November were $75,612.43 against the year-to-date expenditure of $339,194.49. The Public Works and Recreation Departments follow on the next page, and they show an expenditure in Public Works of $19,687.37, or a year-to-date of $89,365.24. The recreation expenditures for the month of November were $4,036.72 against an annual expenditure of $21,559.24. Public safety follows. During the month of November, the expenditures were $38,863.04 against the year-to-date of $166,675.11. The expenditures of the town accordingly for the month of November were $138,199.56, or a year-to-date of $616,794.08 against the budgeted amount of $2,287,493. In the cash account summary printed on the last page, there is $838,051.40 available to the town in the town's SunTrust checking account, the town's SunTrust payroll account, and in the Maryland Local Government Investment Pool. That concludes the Treasurer's report for November, and I would ask the Mayor and Council to approve same.
All right, is there any questions on the budget?
No.
Okay, is there a motion to approve the budget?
Just want to make it motion as stated.
Second?
I'll second it.
Okay, Ward 1,
Aye.
Ward 2?
Aye.
Ward 3? Absent? Ward 4?
Aye.
And Mayor votes aye. Thank you so much, Mr. Barr, for doing that. Okay, I also wanted to mention, I did forget in my report about the fact that we had a legislative dinner, which I think we talked about last month, but the Prince George's Municipal Association also had their legislative dinner, and I did want to mention that one of the #1 items on the Prince PGCMA legislative agenda, as well as Maryland Municipal League, is the issue of highway user taxes. So a lot of people may not realize it, but our highway user tax, which is the tax that we receive from the state for them to actually use a road through our town, which is Bladensburg Road, was cut by about 90% about 6 years ago. They restored, I think, 20% a couple of years back, but it is still something that is of significant concern for all of municipalities in the state of Maryland. The new governor has said beforehand that he was going to do everything he could to get that funding back, and so all of us together, working together, have the intentions of really pushing that initiative, because when you look at our budget revenue and you see the highway users tax, which is budgeted at $78,000, in fact, that should be a couple $100,000, and that will impact all of us. So if we call on you guys to support us on that and write letters or anything, please know that this is in our best interest to move that forward. So that is another important thing I wanted to mention. And I'll go ahead to the police report now.
Commercial robbery of the Lucky Mart convenience store. We had 1 stolen auto. For the month, we had a total of 57 calls of service. We had 8 reports written. We had 4 vehicle impounds for the month, and we had 4 arrests for the month of November. And also, I'd just like to remind everybody, like Ms. Blue said, our next coffee club / neighborhood watch meeting will be December 17th at 7 o'clock here at the town hall. And I just want to let everybody know our Shop with a Cop event is this Friday, December the 12th. Starts at 5 o'clock, and we do have 3 kids from the town this year that we're taking for the shopping spree at Walmart, as well as we are taking, this is our 2nd year, taking one of the Wounded Warriors from the Wounded Warrior Project from Walter Reed Hospital.
Awesome.
So this is our 2nd year doing that, so a little bit different than some of the other people do. So we got, I think this is a female this year. Last year we had a male. This year we're getting a female wounded or Army vet or military veteran. So.
Wonderful.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's all I have to say. Just remind everybody, holidays are coming. Make sure you don't keep no valuables in your cars. Keep your gifts in the trunk. Don't leave your cell phone. Don't leave your computers. Of course, if you're not familiar, right now during these next couple months, the crime unfortunately in the county has risen somewhat, especially with the thefts from autos from cars, stolen cars, as well as citizen robberies and commercial robberies. So just make sure you keep your eyes open. You see anything suspicious, make sure you call the police and try to keep yourself safe. And happy holidays, everybody.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, so for unfinished business is now the adoption of ordinance 02-214, prohibition of overnight parking. As we've had a conversation, an open hearing, and question. Does anyone have a motion for us to pass the updated overnight parking ordinance?
A motion that we pass the updated ordinance 02014, ordinance parking.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, Ward 1,
Aye.
Ward 2,
Aye.
Ward 3, absent, Ward 4.
Oh, aye.
Okay, and the mayor votes aye. Okay, thank you, all the work put into that, getting that done. Appreciate that. New business, introduction and adoption of resolution R3-2014. This is a sustainable community resolution, and this resolution is based on our Sustainability Maryland program project that we're working on. It's a part of that. We have to have a resolution in place which basically states that we intend to improve the quality of life through sustainability and working on our living environments and becoming a model government in the community, creating sustainable activities, developing, supporting initiatives for sustainable government practices, and taking leadership to seek community-based sustainable solutions to strengthen our community. And Ms. Barton, you have anything to add?
Nothing.
All right. Is there a motion for us to introduce the sustainable community resolution?
I'll make that motion as stated.
The second?
I'll second it.
Okay, Ward 1,
Aye.
Ward 2.
Aye.
Ward 3 absent, Ward 4,
Aye.
and the mayor votes aye. Thank you very much.
Well, you introduced it, now you have to adopt it.
What's the resolution?
Yeah,
For that too?
introduction and adoption.
Oh, so-
But let's fix that real quick, if you allow me.
Okay.
Madam Mayor, is it my understanding that the maker of the motion intended it to be a
Adopt.
motion to introduce and adopt?
Yes.
And is that the decision of the seconder?
Yes.
And
Should I call in favor?
all, yeah. you should.
All in favor? Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
No.
Okay. The resolution passes. Okay, so in addition to the resolution, as we've done in the past in adopting teams, in adopting organizations to the community, such as the Rec Council, the Community Garden Group, as well as the Neighborhood Watch, we also have to establish an official group, which is the Green Team. And that team would take on the leadership of the sustainability of the community, and again, has to be an official team of the town for us to meet the requirements of our sustainability certification. So, and as you all know, our Green Team is already being sort of growing out of our Garden Club team, and then so we intend to expand on that. But I'd like to know, can we get a motion to establish the Green Team as an official group of the town of Colmar Manor?
Sure, I'll make that motion as stated.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, Ward 1,
Aye.
Ward 2,
Aye.
Ward 3, absent, Ward 4,
Aye.
and the mayor votes aye. Okay, our Green Team is established. All right, so moving on, let's go on to our committee reports. Mayor Muchler?
Yeah.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. The seniors wish to thank the Mayor and Council very much for the lovely Thanksgiving luncheon they put on for the seniors. And they're looking forward to tomorrow for the Christmas luncheon that they have annually for the seniors. And other than that, the seniors just wish all the Mayor and the Council and the staff a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, so Garden Club, are you going to report? Or you're-
Only because I got an email a couple of days ago. The Garden Club has a series of activities planned from January to June. And encompassing those activities are going to be sustainable, grow it and eat it, a class on instructional on how to plant, and then there was a month where they're going to be working with Eagle Farms. Help me out.
I got it. I got it right in front of me if you want me to tell you.
Okay, you can read it because
I'll
I
tell
didn't
you, and
come
then you can
back.
explain a little more. I'll just call them out, right? Okay, there's Green Team, Let's Recycle.
The recycle, they're going to be working on that. We haven't put everything together yet. The meeting's not until next week, so
Yes.
for December.
And then you've got Green Team Composting.
Yeah, they're do a class on composting, and it's a month. Each month there's an activity plan, and in that activity it will help support the Green Team effort of the town. So it'll keep you all legit.
And you got Be Friendly, you got Green Team, Know the Port Towns. I think that's a tour, huh?
Yeah, the tour's going to be a thing, and
Yeah,
we're going
and
to try to get the gardens back.
In April.
where
And
you
then
tour
the
town.
last one on here is the Green Team Grow Our Own.
Right.
I'm so excited about the things that you guys have been doing. It's
Well,
awesome.
thank you for the mayor and town support. It took a long time to get that garden going.
Yes,
I appreciate
indeed.
it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, well, I think that that covers it. I want to say, as I said before, the mayor and the council are going to be meeting in a retreat session on December the 13th. And we would like to, I have scheduled a community engagement meeting, which was scheduled for tomorrow night. I am planning to postpone that to Saturday, to 11 o'clock on Saturday. Hopefully we meet with the community and engagement, and then the mayor and council can further meet afterwards to talk about the things that we learned and how we can actually support our community better in moving forward. So you'll receive an email from me in relationship to that change of that meeting to Saturday at 11 o'clock on December 13th. And is there any other comments from the council? Any comments from the community?
I know the Recreation Council has a program this coming Saturday for Christmas. The fire department is also having something Saturday morning. They're having breakfast with Santa starting at 8 o'clock. It's a very nice breakfast. It's very cheap. Children under 2, I think it is, are free, and jumps up to $2, $4, and $6 for an adult. And they have gifts that children can buy. They have a big arrangement of gifts, and they have wrappers and everything else. And it's supposed to end by 1 o'clock. So if you'd like to bring your children over, come over yourself for breakfast with Santa. I hope Santa gets back. Santa was supposed to be here tomorrow, but I got a call from Santa yesterday. He had to go to North Carolina for a funeral today, or tomorrow morning, I forget which it is. And he's hoping to get back before the weekend. But other than that,
It starts at 8 o'clock in the morning?
that's about
8 in the
all we
morning?
have.
Is it-
Huh?
You said breakfast starts at 8 with Santa?
I don't know if it's
That's
8 or
kinda
9.
early.
I don't have the flyer.
Oh,
I forgot whether it's 8 or 9, but last year they had a tremendous crowd over there, and the ladies' auxiliary put on a real good breakfast.
much does it
Also,
cost?
on the 19th, Santa will be coming around through town on the fire truck.
yeah.
He will do Cottage City and Colmar Manor on 19th, and on the 20th he'll do North Brentwood, and Mount Rainier. So he will be over here during the evening. I think they plan to start about 6:15 or so, coming over this area first and then working back. So he will be coming through town on the 19th, Friday. Okay?
All right, well, thank you very much. As in tradition, I'd like to ask, does anybody have any wonderful news that they'd like to bring forward to the community, just to, so we can feel good with you in some matters of something happening in your life?
I don't know if you'll say. Well, we got our health and strength, we got a roof over our head, and a warm home. I'm thankful for all of it.
And that's always a good thing to
Right.
be thankful for. Sometimes we don't thank ourselves enough for that. I'm just really thankful, as I've said before, I feel blessed with the participation we have from the Garden Club and the continuation of that. I am happy that I have all my children healthy and happy. Well, I don't know if they're happy, but they're healthy. And I'm also, I have to say that I am really excited about the way people have come together from all races, creeds, groups, backgrounds, nationalities to stand up for justice. Seeing people come together, whether you agree or disagree, means an awful lot to how we've made change in this world. And so it's really, it's good to see. It's bad of the circumstance, but it's good to see people really rallying together for something positive. And I also feel blessed that we have a police chief that is of concern of our community and really does try to work with our community, and I don't fear those kind of problems in our community. And so I thank you and your
Yes.
team, because we really do appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Mayor, I just wanted to say too that I want to thank Lydia Cade. She had open house to the community for Thanksgiving, and I didn't attend it, but I heard it was really lovely. And I want to thank her for all her work that she does with the community. She has Friday fun day for the kids, and she has tutoring every day with the children for a couple hours. And I just want to say thank you to her and Mr. Katie and her daughter sometimes there too, for looking out for the community children.
Yep,
Thank you.
thank you.
Mayor, I want to say, I'm thankful for my daughter. My daughter has been involved in community far longer than I can say, because she came to me about 5 years ago to tell me that she was one of the ladies that has been going out, and she's always on call on the weekends at night to help young people find shelter for them, and because they are thrown out their house, their homes, and she's always been in and out trying to find refuge for these young kids. So that's why has got this organization together trying to help people that are in need, that don't have a family. So I'm hoping that a lot of people turn out for Christmas, on Christmas Day, even if you need to, just to lend a helping hand to help her out. And I wish everybody, I'm sorry, getting choked up. I'm wishing everybody happy holidays and a safe one as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and that's so much to be thankful for. And I want to also say my son is also he's doing a canned food drive on Sunday the 21st here at the town hall. So if you have any canned goods you want to bring in, I've got here, looks like starting 8 in the morning. It's on the calendar right now. But check in, call the town hall. If you have some goods to bring in, please bring in the goods, and he's going to make sure that they get to the shelters as well. New thing, if you haven't noticed, you can now see the town meetings on the website. So if you go out to colmarmanor.org, there's now a link that allows you to see the town meeting whenever you need to on video through YouTube. And so therefore, we can open it up for more people. If you know people who are unable to make it, they live in your community, but they want to see what's going on, please let them know that that is now available. So thank you so much. And is there a motion to adjourn?
Sure, I'll make that a motion as stated.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion is adjourned.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Meeting is adjourned.
Well, thank you for the book.